So one of the girls was like, oh, hell no, I only got $20. What you mean you only got 20? Why would you take your ass to Miami with $20? Let's be so for real. So the other girl is looking at her and she was like, yeah, girl, I'm not gonna lie. My boss didn't even pay me yet. Like, I don't know what he got going on. I'm looking like, oh, hell no. So it was excuse after excuse after excuse as to why they ain't had the money to pay for the damn bill. So one of the girls end up getting up and she's like, let's just get the up out of here. And she gets up and she leaves. The other ones leave behind her. And I'm looking around like, oh my God, we about to dine and dash in this. I never did nothing like that, y'all. But I got up because I'm not finna be stuck paying the bill. Back up on the move. Touchdown in my hometown. Got nothing to lose. I am on my own now. I am in control now. I need you to go now. I can fix my own crown. Back up on my move.
Hey y'all, it's TheBreeze and you're plugged into the Breeze lifestyle. If this is not your first time here, you already know we locked in, friend. But either way, thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you want to see more of me, then follow me on Instagram and TikTok at TheBreeze Lifestyle 777. And if you want to support your girl, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. So y'all, this is going to be another reaction video. We going in with the Miami trip gone wrong. I don't know if all of these is Miami trips, but most of them are Miami trips. And y'all know what they say, Miami be ruining friendships. But I don't feel like it's Miami. I think it's the friends. But let's get straight into this.
Don't invite me to no girls trips. Don't invite me to none of that shit. Because girls be weird. Girls be weird. It's like you can come in with good vibe, good energy, and they still gonna be weird. It's something about your light. It's something about your energy that they just can't take. I went on a girls trip last weekend, and I came back in a wheelchair, y'all. Like, I had to be pushed in a wheelchair through the airport. It was my best friend's birthday. She asked me to come to this girls trip. It was supposed to be good vibes, positive energy, escape from reality because I've been going through some shit. I've been going through some shit. Silently by myself. So I needed a break. I needed a break from the universe. And all I ended up was some fried ass feet. We'll get to that. Tell me why I go on this girls trip. I spent banks to get there too. Let's talk about it. The flight was already $700 to get there. Airbnb $400. And I'm not coming to no trip, no birthday trip without a gift. So I didn't already spend bands and sacks and a whole bunch of shit to make her feel special. So just getting to the trip, I'm off a good, what? I'm off a good $1,500. But that's okay, because when I love you, I'll spend that money for you to show that I love you and I'm there for you. But I ain't spend all that money and waste all that time and energy to come there for a to be weird towards me. This girlfriend that I don't even know like that, I know of her. I know a little bit of her, but I don't know her like that. Weird to me the whole time. Throwing shade at me, being just mean and nasty, and I'm catching the shade, but I'm trying to just, like, you know, pay it because it's somebody's birthday. You know what I mean? So if you don't know, I sell lace glue. I'm on live. I'm doing my friend hair. I'm like, this the best glue. It's waterproof. Y'all need to get this. My friend, she don't like to sleep with wigs on, so she took the wig off that night. The girl gonna tell her, oh, I thought that was the best glue. I thought it was waterproof. Clock it. Now I'm about to surprise my best friend with the gift. I sit her down in front of TikTok live. I come out with the balloons. I throw them in front of her like, happy birthday. She's crying. I'm like, read this card. It's so special to me. She like, forget the card. Forget the card. Open up the sex gift. Okay, that's weird. As she's opening up her gift, I'm hungry. Y'all ready to go? I'm hungry. Okay, that's kind of weird. But I'm still paying it. I'm not saying nothing to her because I don't want to ruin nobody's trip. So this is the day that the fight ended up happening. We in the car. We all looking beautiful. We getting ready to go out and see what Phoenix is about. They playing hip-hop songs, you know, the ranchy, ratchet songs. Me and the best friend in the back seat. The girl is driving and another friend is in the passenger seat. Best friend like, can you put on some Summer Walker? It's her birthday. If she want to listen to Summer Walker, put on a Summer Walker. But no, it can't go that way. The girl like, if you want to listen to Summer Walker, you can drive. So she like, I will drive. So they getting into it. They going back and forth. It's a whole big thing. People jumping out of cars. I got videos of it all, y'all. People jumping out of cars. It's just too much. I'm trying to calm the situation down. I'm like, let me drive. Let me get us to somewhere. Like, y'all just let it go. So her and the birthday girl are going back and forth. I'm trying to de-escalate the situation and calm everybody down. But the girl like, I should have been coming for you. You been da 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 da. Especially you talking about me. I'm shocked. I'm like, me? What are you talking about? I don't even know you, girl. What are you talking about? I should have been came at you when you said I don't never have my baby. I'm like, I said you never had your baby? I don't even know you or your baby. Girl, what she talking about is the first day or whatever. They talking to her and they telling her like, girl, we wish we could be like you. You got a good support system. You always out of town. You always got somebody to have your baby. She said, huh? I said, they said you always be out of town. You always got somebody to have your baby. That was me talking about her never having her baby. So I'm like, girl, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I don't even know you like that. I don't know how this girl just turned around and say, girl, we argue, we going back and forth. This girl say, you just a TikTok bitch. That's when I lost my mind. I had on my Givenchy heels. I'm like, let me take these off because I gotta fight this girl. This girl just keep talking to me crazy. But what I did not know is that Phoenix and weather is so hot, and they hot is a different type of hot, y'all. So it was 110 degrees. So that means that the ground was 135 degrees or something like that. The ground was hot. Y'all, I took my heels off. I walked up on her. She hit me. We got to fighting. As we fighting, the ground is frying my motherfucking feet. So yeah, that's how I came back home with fried feet. From a girls trip. I would never do that shit again. I lost so much money. I had to go get my veneer fixed because my veneer came out. And I came home and I'm like, you know what? I need some positive energy. I want to go out. I want to have a good time because I didn't have a good time in Phoenix. And I went out yesterday. I had the best time of my life. I had so much fun. But guess what I came back to? My window busted. What? The Lord, please drop some prayers down because I don't know what the I did. That keep happening to me. But whatever.
I feel like I'd have been mad too. Not okay. If I was the girl that's telling the story, I'd have been mad too because I don't know none of y'all. I hate when I feel like when I come in a room of people who I don't know and I'm only here for one person, I'm very friendly. I'm very nice. I may not necessarily well, I don't know. I'm a people's person, so I do talk to everybody, but you don't have to necessarily talk to everybody. But why are you being weird? Just because I don't know y'all. And it's like, I feel like the girl knew who she was. And this whole Instagram, TikTok, YouTube thing, when people be having a lot of followers, I feel like people think like that they think that they're better than people. And it's like, yo, like, let somebody really give you that vibe in real life that they think that they're better than you and then judge them off of that. But don't judge them off of how many people follow them on social media. Like, it's just social media. So I feel like she had it in for her. And her repeating something that your friend said, why you not mad at your friends? Like, and I do feel like when it's somebody's birthday, I feel like you should, now if they're being ungrateful, that's one thing, but I feel like, just for me, tell me if I'm wrong, y'all, but I feel like if it's your birthday, you should be able to low-key, high-key have your way. So if you're driving and you want to hear some Summer Walker, baby, you can listen to Summer Walker. It's your birthday. I hate when people go on a birthday trip and don't treat the birthday girl like it's her birthday. Like, this is not just a girl's trip. It's my birthday trip that I invited everybody on so I can feel special. Of course, I want y'all to have a good time too, but it's my birthday. I don't know. I think that's really, really weird.
Okay, so let me tell you about the time that I ended up going to Tulum with a girl that I met on Bumble BFF. So me and this girl ended up connecting on Bumble BFF, but we actually became really good friends, and we were friends for about 6 months, and then my birthday was coming up, so she was like, oh, we gotta turn up for your birthday. I'm like, yes, for sure. She's like, oh, we should go to Tulum. I'm like, ooh, I've never been to Tulum, so we definitely gotta go. So we ended up booking our flight the same day, and it was cool because we had never got into it. It was always cool, calm, copacetic between us, so I really wasn't worried about traveling with her. But then again, you really don't know somebody until you travel with them. So we ended up flying from Miami to Cancun. Mind you, when you go to Tulum, you have to fly into Cancun first, and then you have to drive into Tulum. I think it's like an hour, 2-hour drive. I can't remember. Anyway, so we get to Cancun. We go straight to the rental car place to get a rental car. So we end up getting a rental car, and we're like, okay, before we end up getting on the road to Tulum, we're going to go to the hotel zone of Cancun, get some food, and get hydrated, whatever. And then we'll get on the road. So on our way there, she's speeding. She's always driving fast. That's just how she drives. Mind you, I don't have a driver's license, so she's the only one that's driving. So she gets on the highway, she starts driving, she ends up hitting a pothole, the hubcap on one of the tires flies off. So I'm like, damn, what was that? And she was like, I don't know. I think it was the hubcap. She's like, damn, they gonna probably charge me for that. I was like, yeah, probably. But anyway, so we ended up going to the restaurant or whatever. We get out, we look at the car, hubcap going like we thought it was. Like, damn. So we go eat, whatever. We come back out to the car. When we go to start the car's not starting. So I'm like, no, that's not it. Like, we got to go back to the rental car place because we can't drive to Tulum with a car that's like faulty like this. Like, that's not safe. She's like, yeah, but she's like, if we take the car back, they definitely gonna say something about the tire. And I was like, no, not if we like go in and like really be heavy on the fact that the car wasn't starting and how unsafe that is for us because it's the middle of the night. We don't want to be stuck in the middle of Mexico. We need a new car because the car is not starting. That was the storyline that I wanted to go with, right? And I thought we was on the same page going to the rental car place. So as soon as we get back to the rental car place, she flips the script, right? I don't know what possessed her to take this route, but she decided that she was going to cuss out the people at the rental car place over the tire. So she gets out the car. She's like, do you see this? That's the first thing she says. And I'm like, she's like, do you see this? And she points to the tire and the guy looks at it and he's like, what happened? And she's like, you guys gave me a car with a faulty tire. He's like, we didn't give you this car like this. He's like, we would never send a car out with the hubcap going. And he's like, the rim is bent, so you hit something. She goes in. She's like, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. She's like, y'all gave me this car like this. Y'all gave me this car like this. Y'all don't have any proof that this car had all 4 hubcaps on it. And he was like, I promise you, we did not send you out with this car without the hubcap on it, which was valid. But she's trying to convince this man of a lie. Like, she really trying to gaslight him, but it's not working because the guy's like, we can give you a new car tonight, but you're going to have to pay for the damages on this car because the rim is bent and it's clearly bent and we would never send a car out like this. So then she says, okay, but just imagine that if this was your daughter stuck out here in the middle of the night with a car like this. And that made him really mad. So then he started going in. He's like he's cussing her out. They cussing each other out, mind you. Now this is in a screaming match with this dude. And we're in Mexico, mind you. So I'm not trying to go to Mexican jail. So I'm trying to de-escalate the situation. I'm like, listen, we need to calm this down. And we need to go inside and talk to the lady inside. He's like, yeah, you need to go talk to the lady inside. I'm not talking to you no more. I'm not talking to you no more. So the lady ends up coming out of, and you know, the receptionist part. She's like, what's going on? The guy's like, I'm not talking to you no more. So I'm like, damn. So we end up going inside. The lady's like, okay, well, let me go talk to the guy, see what's going on, and then we'll figure this out. Obviously, he tells her about the tire. I can see him out the window pointing at the tire, whatever. So she's like, yeah, looks like there's damages on the car. We can give you a new car tonight, but we're gonna have to like charge you for the damages. She's like, we can't assess the damages tonight because our mechanic's not here, but tomorrow we can assess the damages, and then when you return the car at the end of your stay, we'll give you the amount that you owe, whatever. She's like, I don't owe shit. I don't owe shit. I did not do that. I did not do that. And I'm like, bro, you definitely did that. Like, I'm just sitting there like, bro, you definitely did that. I don't know why you trying to gaslight these people. Like, they don't know that you fucked that car up. Like, clearly, they're like, I agree with them. They're not going to send a car out that does not have a hubcap and the rim is bent up. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Mind you, me and this girl had never had any issues in the past before. I've never even seen her act like this. So this was kind of a little bit off-putting to me. So I was getting annoyed. So I was like, can you just like comply with these people so we can get out of here, because honestly it's really late and we doing all this back and forth, we're not gonna get nowhere. Then she turns on me and she's like, honestly, I don't understand why I'm the one that's responsible for driving anyways. Like, you too old not to have a driver's license. Like, this don't make no sense. And now I'm about to be held responsible for this car. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you knew I didn't have a driver's license when we came down here and you said that you were going to drive. So now all of a sudden you mad at me because I don't have a driver's license when you were the one who was speeding and knocked the hubcap off the car. So I'm trying to understand. But I'm like, listen, I'll go half on you for whatever happened to the car just so we can get out of here, whatever. So the lady's like, can you just sign this paper and we'll give you a car so you can leave tonight? But this paper is basically saying that you're going to be held responsible for the damages to the car. Da, da, da. She's like, I'm not signing that. I'm hot. I'm like, bro, just sign the paper. Just sign the paper. So she's playing charades with these people because she's trying to give them a bogus ass signature. She keeps putting like a line on the paper. Like, the lady's like, that's not your signature. You need to put your signature on the paper. Put your signature on the paper. She's like, that is my signature. That is my signature. So I look, I'm like, stop playing with these people so we can get out of here. So she ends up putting her signature. Now she got an attitude the whole trip. The whole trip up. Because she looking at me like, oh, like, you didn't have my back at the rental car place. This, that, and the third. I'm like, how did I not have your back? You went in there trying to lie. Like, you literally went in there trying to gaslight these people, telling them that you did not f the car up when you clearly their car up. Like, you should have went with my storyline, which was, it's not safe for us to be driving in the middle of Mexico in the middle of the night with a car that doesn't work properly. Like, I feel like that storyline would have worked a lot better for us than what you decided to come with. And you came in all hot and screaming at people and stuff. Like, you're not going to get nowhere like that. And then she just, like, after that, like, the trip was just shit.
You gotta be careful, like, you gotta be careful with who you go on trips with in general. But your birthday, it's like, you just got to be careful, because that just literally made no sense. How you mad at me now that you got in trouble? And you driving on fast and driving on crazy. I feel like you should have just went back like, hey, we was just driving and I hit a pothole and the rim came off, like, or the hubcap came off. I feel like it would have worked better in her favor if she would have just been honest, or went with the girl's story instead of just, but either way, if she went with the girl's story, the next day when they actually looked at it, they'd have been like, hold on, wait, like, you know. But trying to come up in there talking about, this is how you gave me the car, you would have seen that before you even left. You've been gone for an hour or two, and now you want to come back talking about this how we gave you the car, and then you cussing and all of that. Like, that's just, I don't understand how people are, I'm a customer out. That's not just always how you get things done, especially you in another country. Like, yeah, and the fact that that messed up the rest of the trip, I'd have been so irritated, y'all. I am not trying to go on vacation and spend all this money and not have a good time. Like, that is just the worst ever.
So I'm gonna do the story time because I just got back from Miami, and I really want to encourage other women who go on girls trips on how they should behave, or how they should be ready to be prepared for this type of environment. So I went to Miami this past week. Everything was cool the first 4 days. The last day was weird. Cool. So the girl I went with, only reason I know her is because one of my LA homegirls that does content said we should link up. Cool. We linked up. The first time we linked up, good vibes. I trusted her enough to be like, if we go to Miami, it'll be cool. So if y'all want more details, comment, but I'm just going to get straight into it. Long story short, we get there. Literally, as soon as I walked in the house, she was like, this is my alcohol. I'm not sharing with nobody, and it is what it is. Okay, well, if you get money like that, or you have money, like, that shouldn't be a problem. So what do? I'm like, you know what? I'm going to order a bottle. So I ordered her own bottle, and I ordered the girls that were there a bottle too, because they gave me shots as soon as I walked in. So the next day, like, she's just complaining the entire time. Like, I'm not planning nothing. Like, I don't want to be the host anymore. Just complaining about every single thing. Now, she had already made it pretty clear that she wasn't going to go to eat anywhere while we were in Miami. Okay, that's fine. Like, if we want to go eat, we'll just go eat. So I ordered some bananas because I'm trying to still watch my weight and be healthy on the trip. I noticed my bananas were gone because she walked over and grabbed my banana and put it in her mouth, started eating it. Keep in mind, you just complained about how this is your food, this is your stuff, don't touch anybody's stuff, but you're eating my shit. I'm not petty, but I was just like, hey girl, like, why are you eating my bananas? And she was like, oh, these are yours? I mean, clearly you didn't buy it, so obviously it's not yours. So needless to say, as that goes on throughout the trip, she's just sprinkling little, like, negative ass comments to the point where, like, all the girls were noticing it. At one point, she literally had the nerve to tell me I was jealous of her because we had the same color on. It's giving very insecure. And now she was a tall ass, like, very tall ass girl. I'm short. So she tried to say, like, how's the weather down there? And I was like, I thought she meant how's the weather in Houston. So I was like, oh, I think it's raining right now. I'm very oblivious to negativity because I'm a very positive person. So once I realized she was, like, being mean to me and singling me out, I kind of just started paying more attention. Now, we went out one of the days, and one of her friends came with us, and this was a male friend, and I guess I insulted him by asking a general question. The question was, I asked him and his friends, had a man ever tried to get at them? I guess they assumed that was me accusing them of being gay, but I'm bisexual, so I was just asking a general question so we could have conversation. Now, that must have upset her because the next day she let me know that I was not invited to go on the boat with her and her friend. But she invited the girl that I had been hanging out with the whole trip on the boat. Okay. Long story short, I was like, F it. I packed all my stuff, got a hotel, and I just flew home the next day because my flight was the next day. But needless to say, she unfollowed me off everything. And I told her to her face how I felt about her. So that's why I'm ready to make this video. But I will literally never girls trip again with a mean girl.
I just think that's weird. Like, if I'm on a trip with a bunch of girls, and okay, let's say if I get 2 Red Bulls. Okay, cool. Don't drink all my Red Bulls. Like, I feel you. But to be like, hey, this is my liquor. I'm not sharing. And then after that, literally going to eat her bananas is crazy. It's like, don't play dumb. You know if you didn't buy it, it's not yours. I feel like regardless if somebody say that or not, you should ask. Like if we're on a girls trip, you see the Red Bull, you want some Red Bull. Hey, can I get some of this Red Bull? Ask the question, but don't just take, especially if we don't know each other. I feel like I can like vibe with somebody, but I'm still not gonna treat them like I actually know them and I can just take what I want. Like that's just not fair. We're all adults. We all got bills. We all make our own money. It's like if I spent my money on this, please ask me and I'll most likely say yeah, but it's like just to think that you can take something that I bought is crazy. But at the same time, when it comes to like a bottle, if I got a big bottle and you want to take shots, like I'll definitely like share my shots with you, but don't drink my whole bottle though either. But I just feel like when you on a girls trip, like certain things like liquor and stuff, you're gonna share it, but I feel like it also should be like everybody putting into it as well. So I do feel like she was being weird. Not this girl, but the other girl that she was talking about was being weird. And as I just keep saying, you just gotta be careful who you go on these trips with. But I'm still the same girl that go on trip with strangers and never had like weird vibes. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't take things too personal either. And I also don't let people play with me. Like I'll separate myself real fast. Like I'm not about to just, oh, I'm gonna cuss them out. But it's like I'm not about to just let nobody just sit around and play with me either. But I've never been in a position. I've probably been on 4 trips with strangers. And I've never been in a position where somebody was just being overly weird to me where I messed up my trip. Not even like, I had one little situation that's not even worth mentioning. But it's like, other than that, like I really haven't had nobody just ruin my trip for me. Even that situation didn't ruin the trip. But yeah, you just got to be careful who you travel with, period, point blank.
I see why people fall out when they go to Miami. So about 3 years ago, I caught myself going on a last minute girls trip to Miami with like 4 other girls. So we already took a road trip down there. Keep in mind, y'all, like we drove my cars. So we stopped in getting gas and all of this. And I'm stopping. I noticed the first 2 stops, I'm the only person getting out the car to put some money in his goddamn tank. That was the first red flag. So when it was time to go to the 3rd stop, I'm like, are y'all putting any money in? And then keep in mind, I'm the only person freaking driving, y'all. So on top of me driving from Atlanta to Miami, which is a 9-hour road trip, I'm stopping, I'm putting gas in here, and y'all are looking crazy when it's time to stop to put gas in my car. So yeah, I turned around, I asked them, I'm like, are y'all putting gas in here? Now one of the girls did help me out. She only put 10 in my tank. And I'm just like, but I really wanted to go have a good time, so I didn't get to cuss nobody out just yet. So we finally make it to Miami, y'all. It's beautiful in the yams, okay? And we check inside our hotel, and I had to put down the deposit. When it was time to put down the deposit, everybody around here looking like this, crickets. So I put down the deposit. We go in the room, and we get ready. So we end up going to the beach, y'all. It was a little vibe or whatever at first. And we end up walking down the strip, and we had seen, I forgot what kind of food it is. I think they served like seafood and different things like that. And they were all like, oh, yes, let's go. So we end up walking in the seafood restaurant. So they had like hookah, drinks, all of that, right? So we had ordered a hookah. We had a pineapple drink and a bowl, y'all. It was so damn good. And we just turned up having a good time ordering food and vibing. So we sitting up here thinking about what's the move, what we're going to do that night and tomorrow. So we had made plans for the next day to go on jet skis. And I'm suggesting it. Everybody's like, yeah, that's a good idea. I definitely think we should do that. What time y'all want to do it? So I'm thinking we about to have a good ass time. So after we get done eating, the bill ends up coming, and the bill comes up to like $350. So that's when shit got crazy. So one of the girls was like, oh, hell no, I only got $20. What you mean you only had why would you take your ass to Miami with $20? Let's be so for real. So the other girl is looking at her, and she was like, yeah, girl, I'm not gonna lie. My boss didn't even pay me yet. Like, I don't know what he got going on. I'm looking like, oh, hell no. So it was excuse after excuse after excuse as to why they ain't had the money to pay for the damn bill. So one of the girls end up getting up, and she's like, let's just get out of here. And she gets up and she leaves. The other ones leave behind her. And I'm looking around like, oh my God, we about to dine and dash in this. I never did nothing like that, y'all. But I got up because I'm not finna be stuck paying the bill. So after that, we head back to the hotel. And that's when I decide to get a whole different room and leave their ass. Because y'all got me I did everything else by myself on that trip, and I don't even know what the hell they did, because why would y'all even come down here with no money? I'm not finna be stuck with y'all doing shit, paying for shit. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. So be mindful who y'all go on the trip with, because they definitely got my ass. And yeah. Hey y'all, so this is part 2 on the Miami trip. A lot of you guys were requesting it, so yeah. So we leave out the restaurant, and at this point, you know, we all running because we just dine and dashed. So we run down, like, further down the strip. And y'all, keep in mind, I did not want to dine and dash, but the man did not split the tickets. He said we could only do one ticket, so that's how that went. And I wasn't finna pay for no $350 tab, because I really didn't even eat that much. So I wasn't finna do that. So we finally stopped, and at this point, I'm cussing these hoes out, because it's like, why the y'all bring y'all ass down here with no money? Like, this is Miami. Anybody that knows, like, and we were younger at the time, y'all. I think we wasn't even 21 yet. Like, we went down in that with fake IDs. So the fact that even though we're young, everybody knows, like, don't come to Miami with no money. This is high. You're gonna have to spend some type of bread. Why the fuck y'all try me? So while we arguing, I'm calling my Uber, because I'm gonna go back to the hotel. Like, y'all really just got my mind messed up right now. But one of the girls was just really popping her stuff, like, going off, mad as hell. And I'm like, you have no right to get mad. Like, you really, like, I kind of spared her ass. So boom, my Uber came, and I got in my Uber, and I went back to the hotel. And I was on the phone with my friend the entire time. I FaceTimed her. She was back in Atlanta, and I'm basically giving her the rundown on what happened and how these hoes really came down here with no bread. And she was mad on the phone with me. So I get to the hotel. I'm still talking to her. I'm just venting at this point, because, like, my nerves bad. Like, I really came down here with these hoes, and they had no money. I was mad as so. Probably like 40 minutes later, I want to say, they had ended up coming in, and, you know, we shared a room. It came with like 2 key passes, so one of them did have a key, and they came in the room. So, you know, me and one of the girls left off on like heated turns or whatever while we was still on the strip. And so when she come in there with some energy, like she trying to fight me. So at this point, y'all, I'm like, okay, me and this girl could fight, but I would hope that these other 2 hoes don't jump in and try to jump me, because it's really me by my lonely right now, you know. So anyways, the girl is just like, she's so right. She was like, nah, I got money, ho. You sitting up here acting like I don't have no money and I don't got my funds together and yada yada yada. But you don't have no money. Like, where? Make it make sense. So at this point, we get in each other's face, and I goddamn swing on her, because once somebody is like this close to my face, y'all, I automatically feel like you might throw the first hit. So I just did it, and y'all, we ended up fighting, and the 2 other girls had like broke it up or whatever. And at that point, I was just like, y'all need to get the fuck out. Like, they was gonna have to get the fuck out anyways, but y'all need to leave now. So yeah. They acted like they didn't want to leave, so I had ended up packing my stuff up, going downstairs, and I canceled the reservation. And I had ended up booking a whole nother room for myself that had a way better view. So at this point, I just stay in the room the whole rest of the night, because I was honestly irritated. My spirit was drained, because, y'all, I'm honestly a really good person. I just feel like I'm cool as don't play with me. Like, y'all really came on this trip playing with me. And then on top of that, like, 3 of my nails came off, so bitch, was inside. And the next morning, I woke up, found somebody to do my nails, and I ended up going out by myself. So I went to this day party at this club called Voodoo on South Beach, y'all, and it was a vibe. Okay, I went by myself. I ate. I got my own little hookah, my own little drink, and I had ended up running across 2 pretty girls, y'all, and they had good ass vibes. So it was like, you here by yourself? And I'm like, yeah, because, girl, I did not even feel like explaining the whole story. So we had ended up chopping it up, and they basically invited me on the yacht party that they had got invited to themselves, and they said that they could bring like a +1, and they asked me if I wanted to go. So I'm like, hell yeah. You know what? Hell yeah. Y'all see that TikTok? So I had ended up going, and I think the yacht party started at like 6, so it was like evening. So it was kind of still daytime, and then, you know, going into the night. So fast forward, once I end up going on the boat, why the guy that had invited them to was one of y'all favorite rappers. I can't even say the name. I'm not finna name drop, but it was one of y'all favorite rappers, and they was cool. They had good vibes as well, and we turned up and had a good ass time. And y'all, what happens on the yacht stays on the yacht, okay? And honestly, y'all, I feel like I was just so dismissive about the red flags because me personally, I was going through a lot at the time, and I was looking at this Miami vacation as a getaway from all of the BS. And I mean, at that point, I was just over it. But if you guys want a part 3 on what all happened when I turned up on myself and like the whole rest of the trip and what happened when I got back to Atlanta, let me know.
Oh yeah, I didn't have part 3, so let me look at that. Okay, I'm not tripping. She never did part 3. I want to know, did you take them girls back to Atlanta? Because if they ain't had no money, how did they get home? Did you end up just taking them? Like, I want to know. I forget the yacht party. That, like you said, what happened on the yacht, stay on the yacht. Okay, cool. Y'all obviously did some things, okay? But I want to know, how did them girls get back home? Because at first, I thought that she said, oh, I only got $200, but she said she only got $20. You came to Miami. You came anywhere outside of your state for a weekend with $20. At this point, you can't even get a McDonald's meal twice for $20. Or maybe that's all you can get. But still, like, what? And she put the deposit down on the room, but was she supposed to be paying for that? I feel her when she said, I'm nice, but don't play with me, because, girl, I can relate. Don't let the face fool you. Don't let the sweet little voice fool you. Don't even let the niceness fool you. Like, don't take my kindness for weakness, and don't take my generosity for granted, because what? So the fact that they was mad at her because she called it out, like, girl, because I don't care. I'm not down in the dashing either, but at the same time, if it's all gonna be on me, if you're gonna be looking at me to pay this bill, baby, I'm gone, because these hoes got me chopped and screwed. What? No. So I don't blame her for leaving. I'd have left too. But she did the right thing, even though she had to fight the girl first. But baby, this room is in my name. Oh, y'all don't want to get out? Don't worry about it. I'm canceling my reservation and I'm getting another room. Period. Bye. But I really wish she would have did a part 3 on how them hoes got home, because what?
Alright, so y'all asked for a story time. So as y'all can tell, I went to Miami. We got into a wreck on the way there, or whatever. So that was the first red flag, to be honest. I should have took my ass home, let my mama come get me like she wanted to. But you know, I'm just loyal, so I decided to stick beside some people that I thought was my friend. Well, I'm not gonna say some people, but a person that I thought was my friend. So we get her in the car, we get to Miami. We still decide to do something that night because like we had a long ass day. Like, boy, we ain't even gonna get into that. So get to the lounge. Lounge was nice, but it definitely had some delusional spirits in the air because y'all, this is gonna get real delusional, real weird. Like, it's probably not gonna make sense because it still don't make sense to me, but like, to be weird as fuck, like weird. So we get there, we order. Okay, so we get to the hookah lounge or whatever. We started ordering the hookahs and the drinks or whatever, and then we decided that we're gonna eat because we really haven't had no food since like earlier that day. It's had been almost 12 hours since we ate. And so me and one other girl decided that we wanted wings. So when the waiter come back, she asked for wings and he was like, we all sold out of wings. We just sold the last thing of wings or whatever. Okay, cool. Not a big deal because whatever. They had a the menu. So the birthday girl, she started talking to the waiter and I was talking to the girl that wanted wings just like me. We was talking and I was just like, dang, we really haven't ate since earlier. Like, you know, just regular conversation. For whatever reason, this thought I was talking about the waiter, but like, I'm not ignorant. I'm not finna get mad because they don't have it's just his job. Like, he can't make the wings appear. Like, it's not that serious, bro. But so she's starting to get upset, like, you being rude as fuck, da da this and that. And I'm really looking. But yeah, she said all that, like, just talking shit, like, bitch, you been rude as fuck all day, and y'all, I really haven't, like, bro. We all had a long day or whatever. You been rude as fuck, blah blah blah. And then on top of that, bitch, I wasn't even talking to this waiter. Like, bro, you tripping. And side note, nobody was drunk. We just had got those drinks. Anyways, I'm gonna just backtrack a little bit to why she quote unquote said I was being rude, so this will all make sense or whatever. We'll try to make it make sense because the shit really just, I don't know. But back at when the car got towed after it was wrecked or whatever, the police took us to the incorrect place. A guy was nice enough to take us there because it was like no Ubers, no cabs, no lifts like that. So we were basically really stranded. So we get to the correct tow yard. Nobody was at the building. So I walk around back just to see if I can see the car there or whatever. As I'm coming back, the owner is pulling up. They were on the phone with like their family members or whatever. So I walk into the building. I walk in the building behind the lady, the owner or whatever, and the birthday girl comes in too with me. So she ends her phone call and come with me. So I asked the lady, I was like, we were just trying to see if our car was towed here or whatever. And it was like, didn't you see it back there? Like the bitch got rude. Like, and I was like, if I seen it back there, I would never ask you. Cause bitch, don't be nasty. And maybe that was rude, but the bitch got rude with me first. Then fast forward a little bit. So we're trying to find a rental car place close by. Like I said, we're in a small town, so we're too far away for Enterprise to bring us the car. But we're at least trying to find a place to get a rental car so we can figure out at this point how we just gonna get there or whatever. So the lady suggests that we go eat. Me personally, I didn't think that was a good idea because we're stranded. I'm not. So yeah, I basically just didn't agree with the lady suggested. Like I know she was just trying to help, but in my opinion, going to go eat was just a waste of money. Like right then, because at this point we would have been stuck at the restaurant. Still don't know how we gonna get. Excuse me. Still don't know how we gonna get to the rental car place or get a rental car. We don't even know how much money we finna have to dish out doing all this shit. Spending extra money just was not needed. We're basically stranded in a town like that we don't know nothing about. So I threw that out there to them. I guess she considered it as rude, but it wasn't. Like it just wasn't a good idea. And my suggestion worked, and because we ended up with a rental car in Miami. Fast forward back to the hookah lounge. So she said, I was gonna pull you to the side. Blah blah blah. So I was like, so why you didn't? She was like, oh, cause such and such was in the bathroom. I'm like, okay, but yeah, her excuse was like she didn't want to do it in front of everybody. She was gonna pull me to the side, but now you're doing it in front of everybody and a whole bunch of strangers. Whatever. So she was going on and on and on. I just ignored her at that point because I'm just like, we done been through a lot today. I don't have time for this. It was a misunderstanding. You're not trying to hear it, and I really don't give a because, like, bruh, like, we done already ordered our drinks. I'm just trying to have a good time. So once she realized that I wasn't, like, feeding into her bullshit, she sat back down, then she tried to make a joke with me. Okay, we good, but bitch, I still need, like, 30 minutes. You literally just embarrassed me in front of everybody, like, no. So I was like, bruh, I don't really want to talk to you right now. So she gets pissed the off again. And now she's all in my face. And so when she gets in my face, I was telling her, I was like, you need to back up before I beat your ass on your birthday or whatever. And then she goes, like, so she was like, beat my ass, beat my ass, beat my ass. So I'm still ignoring her because I'm thinking like, Lord, I can really beat this girl ass right now. But we in Miami. We in downtown Miami right now. Like, bitch, I'm gonna go to jail. My mom and daddy gonna have to either catch a flight, drive all the way down here to come get me. So, and then bail me out, and then we're gonna have to fly home or whatever. Whatever the case would have been. So I was like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna just chill. So she was like, you gonna get your shit and get the fuck out the Airbnb. I was like, and you gonna run me my money, like for the Airbnb. Them $400, I need that. I have your money, but you gonna get the fuck out. At this point, I don't give a fuck, like, cause I'm the life of the party. I don't give a fuck. So I go home. I don't care. Like, that don't bother me. Like, so she gets up, leave the table, calls an Uber. She called. Then she calls one of the girls at the table and was like, I'm finna go back to the Airbnb. This finna get out tonight. I'm gonna throw her shit outside, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, at this point, we gotta wrap shit up. We gotta go. Because I'm not gonna lie to y'all. If y'all wanna jump me, cool. But if this bitch touch my stuff, I'm beating her ass. So we need to fucking go. So by the time her Uber got there, we got our checks paid. And everybody get in the car. So we get to the Airbnb at the same time. I'm standing by the door with my shoes off. I'm waiting to get my shoes because at this point I don't give a fuck. I'll go home, or if I want to get a hotel here and stay here, bitch, I can do that. Like, I didn't come here broke, so whatever. So I'm standing by the door waiting for this bitch to put the code in so I can get my shit. She comes to me talking, so you getting the fuck out, you getting the fuck out, you getting the fuck out. Okay, bitch, open the fucking door so I can get the fuck out. Like, you thinking you making me mad, but I don't care. Now, at this point, we're going back and forth. I just get pissed off because now I'm irritated. We left the lounge for me to get my shit to go. I'm ready to go at this point. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about leaving. Bitch, I can go home. I'm off work until Tuesday. Like, I don't care. So that's when I just instantly just started snapping, like, cause bitch, now you just like, I don't know, you're slow, like something's wrong with you. So she put her hand in my face. It was over with for her ass. Like, it was over with. Starting to beat her ass. Like, we fought outside or whatever. We eventually got into, after the other girls broke up the fight, we got into the Airbnb. I'm getting my shit. She's still selling now. Like, oh, she got 8 minutes. So, I gotta take my time to get this shit with my selling out going on. Cause, like, bitch, you got me fucked. It ain't no time limit on nothing. You got 8 minutes to get my motherfucking money before I go anywhere, bitch. So, time go by at the arguing all this other shit. I finally got my shit back, so I'm about to get ready to go. So I'm like, you doing all this talking about unnecessary shit, all these other shit that don't bother me that you think hurting my feelings, but it's not. What the f- is my money? Where's my loot? Like, where is it? She's still going on and on and on. I'm like, just broke. You don't have my money because you ain't saying nothing else about my money like that I'm supposed to be getting back or whatever. So I go put my when I caught her that, we got in the fight again in the Airbnb or whatever. Then I'm taking my shit to the car, blah blah blah. She come out there again, we fight again outside. Blase blase. Fast forward. She got her aunt. She got an aunt that lives there or whatever. Her aunt comes. She asked me what happened. I, basically telling her what happened. She go in the house and she talked to her. Yes, her aunt went in the house talking to her or whatever. I guess trying to work out the situation. Before her aunt went in the house, I did tell her, like, I ain't leaving until I get my motherfucking money. Because it wouldn't be no motherfucking Miami if you ain't have my $400 for this Airbnb. The fuck? I want my fucking money or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So, the aunt goes in, one of the girls that was outside with me when I was sitting outside in the car goes in the house or whatever. So they come back out. They was like, okay, well, she said if you apologize, you can stay. Excuse me? Like, I really felt like I was being punked or something, because, like, you got me so fucked up. I'm not over my fucking dead body. Like, I'll just take the L on the $400 before I fucking apologize for some that I didn't even cause. Like, she's slow. Like, y'all, she literally wanted, like, y'all can't tell me, like, this shit ain't fucking crazy. But yeah, the bitch wanted me to apologize, but no, not doing that. I ain't wrong. I ain't did shit wrong. Time I said some hurtful things, but ain't nobody tell you to walk around and try to say some shit about me that you thought was gonna hurt my feelings, not knowing, bitch. When I cut deep, I cut fucking deep. I'm going for the gusto. Like, you asked for it and I gave it to your ass. Now your feelings hurt. Meanwhile, while I'm sitting out this and don't care. So, in my job, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning in Miami and all this shit is going on. Like, bro, we left Pensacola at 3 a.m., got in a wreck at like 5 o'clock in the morning. So we've been up for 24 hours. Like, bruh, at this point, I was just done with it. I'm like, just take me to a room. I'll get home tomorrow or whatever. Like, well, whenever I wake up. But the aunt was her. Yeah, so I was just basically like, just take me to a room. I'm done with this shit. I don't want to talk about it no more. Like, it's like we're not getting nowhere because I'm not apologizing to this bitch. So I was like, just take me to a room. But her aunt was like, no, you could just come stay at my house. Now, I ain't gonna lie, I was a little skeptical about that because, like, lady, I just beat your niece down. Are you sure? Like, what you got going on? But I made sure I sent my friends, like, my location just in case something happened or whatever. So yeah, I stayed the night. Well, didn't even really stay the night. I slept a couple hours there, woke up around like 8. Booked me a flight. Flight was $451. Like, bruh. But I didn't even give a fuck. I was just ready to go home. Um, and that's pretty much it. I took my ass home, was on the flight for an hour and 30 minutes, got home and did some shit here for the rest of my time off. But yeah. But yeah, y'all, that is my Miami trip from hell. I hope y'all enjoyed. But yeah, I'm really not mad about the trip at all. God just basically revealed a fake friend to me, and I'm really okay with that. I don't want no fake bitch around me. So no, I didn't get my money back from her. I am currently working with my bank to get my money back, but if I don't get my money back, it's not a big deal. I'm back home, one less friend. I'm safe and I'm still alive, so that's all that really matters.
Just give me my money. Like, what? Yo, that a waste of a trip. Like, when you have that feeling to just go home, because she was like, her mom asked her if she want to just pick her up or whatever. If you got that feeling, just stick with the first feeling, because that was a waste of her whole, like, everything was wasteful. Like, it was a waste. And that friend is weird. Like, how you want me to apologize to you because I said something worse than what you said to me? Like, you literally tried to kick me out knowing it's the middle of the night. I ain't got nowhere to go. Like, not even being broke. Like, the fact that I would have to figure it out is crazy if we supposed to be friends. Like, see, it, even when you go on trips with your friends, it can be weird. That's why, like, if we got any, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't say that y'all shouldn't go on girls' trips, but y'all should, like, just feel the vibes. Like, you should feel the vibes and, like, I don't know, because I feel like a lot of these situations you didn't know until you got there, because people just be acting weird sometimes when they get there. But definitely make sure the people that you go with got some money. Make sure you plan ahead, like, so they got time to stack up money. Make sure everything is paid for, split down the middle before you get there, so that way when you get there, like, you just paying for your food and your activities and stuff. But yeah, I wouldn't say don't go on girls trips, because these might be some bad girls trips, but y'all, I've been on some really, really fun girls trips. I ain't gonna hold you. So I love me a girls trip. I also love me a solo trip, I'm not gonna lie. And I also love me a vacation, not gonna lie. I just love being out of town. I can't lie to you. But anyway, this is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.